The following video contains some images with a little bit of blood. I don't like seeing blood, but I don't find these images that bad. But if you don't like seeing blood at all, probably don't watch this video. Either way, you've been warned. Whoa, is that a Nintendo Switch? What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you a video today to discuss a recent foot injury suffered by West Ham striker Lucas Perez, who was mysteriously subbed off at halftime in their previous match against Crystal Palace. It wasn't until after the match on Lucas Perez's own Twitter where he decided to post some pictures of his bloody foot to let us know exactly what happened. Now, the reason why I'm making a video on this topic is because Lucas Perez suffered this injury while playing in arguably the most popular boot on the market right now, the Nike Mercurial Vapor 12 Elite, which, as you can see by the pictures that he posted, ended up being a lot more red than neon yellow. So over the last couple of days, I've been getting spammed with questions about this situation, with a lot of people wanting to know whether or not I thought this was Nike's fault and whether or not the Nike Mercurial is a safe boot to wear, because this is a gruesome injury that nobody wants to suffer, and being that this is arguably the most popular top-end boot on the market right now, the people want to know. I want to answer those questions and share my overall opinions in this video. So if you had some doubts about getting Mercurials after seeing this injury, the info in this video should help you out. Unless you get stepped on and get a bloody foot. So if you didn't know, Perez suffered this particular injury by getting stepped on during the match, but he didn't end up going down and getting subbed off on the spot once his foot was cut. He actually ended up getting subbed off at halftime. So he obviously went into the room at halftime, saw how bad his foot was, and decided, or the trainer decided, or somebody decided that he was not going to play the second half of the match. And it was unclear to everyone watching as to why Perez did not start the second half. Andy Carroll came in to replace him. But after the match, obviously with all the confusion up in the air, Perez himself decided to take to Twitter to let everyone know what exactly went down. And that's when he posted a picture of his bloody foot and the bloody boots to go along with that. Now, it's worth noting that Perez is a Nike endorsed athlete, meaning that he is paid by Nike to wear their products. It just so happens that he currently wears the Mercurial Vapor 12 Elite, the most popular boot from the Nike brand right now. And of course, the bloody boots is probably not something that Nike wanted from a marketing perspective. I can't imagine that they are too happy about this. But again, being that Perez is a Nike endorsed athlete, I really view these posts as more so an update of information for everyone watching, everybody following him on social media, and also kind of a showing off of battle scars rather than saying, hey, I suffered this injury because of the Nike boots that I was wearing. I could be wrong, but that's kind of the vibe that I got from these particular posts. He also wanted to show off his Nintendo Switch, obviously. As for the boots themselves, for those that don't know, the Mercurial Vapor 12 Elite is constructed entirely out of what is called Flyknit, which is a knitted material from Nike. We not only have knitted materials from Nike, we have them from Adidas, we have them from Puma. Pretty much every major manufacturer of football boots right now is doing some kind of a knitted upper, and a lot of the players you watch in the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, any professional league period, you're going to see plenty of knitted boots out there on the pitch. So there's really nothing particularly unique about the Vapor 12 Elite in regards to the material of the upper that would lead me to believe that this is more dangerous than other boots on the market. In fact, it's not even the thinnest boot that money can buy. So from a protection standpoint, there's not a lot of protection here. However, I would not say that it's the least protective boot out there right now. Now, the reason why I point that out is because I don't think that this is Nike's fault, and I don't think that the Nike Mercurial is unsafe. If you play in thin boots, whether it's a Nike Mercurial, whether it's an Adidas X18 model, whether it's anything out there, period, you are basically assuming some kind of risk in wearing very thin boots on your feet, when of course all the boots that everyone is wearing has some sort of studs, which is my next point. Perez plays in the Premier League, and pretty much every single player in the Premier League for nearly every single match ends up wearing soft ground boots, which have metal studs that are sharp and can cut you. If you didn't know, this is what a soft ground stud looks like. You can see it's pretty long, it's made out of metal, and it's not necessarily sharp, but it's sharp enough. It doesn't necessarily have the biggest face to it. So if it did come in contact with your foot and the upper was thin enough, whether it's a Nike boot, Adidas boot, Puma, whatever brand it might be, it technically could rip the boot and it could cut you. But here's the thing, we can clearly see the cut at the top of Perez's foot, but if you look at the boots that he posted, yes, they're soaked in blood, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see any splits in the upper whatsoever. It looks to be fully intact 100%. And I guess the logic behind that is that the shape of a soft ground stud, or really any stud for that matter, it's sharp enough that with enough force applied at exactly the right angle, consider how thin the skin is across the top of your foot, it could cut you if everything went exactly right. Typically when you get stepped on, it pretty much always hurts, whether your boots are thin or not. However, 99.9% of the time, you're left with a bruise rather than a cut. In this particular instance, obviously it resulted in a cut for Perez, but didn't necessarily cut through the boots. And that is a result of this knitted material on this boot, and really any football boot for that matter, actually being a lot more durable than I think a lot of people give it credit for. If the issue were the studs, or if the issue were the boots would have been split and even the laces would have been cut. And if the laces were cut, he could get a really good deal on new laces, 25% off at sr4ulaces.com from now until the end of the year using coupon code HOLIDAY, plus free worldwide shipping on any order of $16.99 or more. sr4ulaces.com, link down below in the description. So to answer the two questions that we started with, is this injury Nike's fault? In my opinion, no. And are the Nike Mercurials, the Vapor 12s, the Superfly, whatever Mercurial you want to name, are these unsafe boots? Also, I think the answer to that question is no. If anything, the previous generation Nike Mercurial Vapor 11 and even the Vapor 10 is actually going to be a lot thinner than the new Vapor 12 Elite. So those are more unsafe than the boots that we have now. I would say modern football boots in general, they're all very thin. They all offer minimal protection. So if you're wearing modern football boots that are very thin, you are always going to be at a higher risk of injury. But the likelihood of being cut through your boots is still very unlikely. Obviously, avoid being stepped on if you can, but sometimes things like this happen. I really think that this is more of a fluke situation rather than something that you genuinely need to be worried about if you were planning on picking up these boots or really any other thin boots out there. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. That helps me out tremendously. And if you enjoyed it so much that you want to see more from me, I post new videos every single day. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button along with the little bell notification so you get notified when the next new video goes live. As always, if you have any questions or suggestions, leave them down below in the comments, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. All my social media information is linked down below in the description as well, so follow me there if you don't already. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.